Here are 4 businesses that are thriving in the global pandemic. Hi there, welcome back to another Plain English lesson. I'm Jeff. JR is the producer, and this is lesson number 297. That means our full lesson, including free transcripts, can be found at plainenglish.com/297. Coming up today, the pandemic has been bad news for a lot of companies, but not all. Today, we'll talk about 4 businesses in 4 different industries that have thrived in the pandemic. Our expression is come to the rescue, and JR has a classic rock song this week. We've all heard about the economic hardships and downturns that resulted from the global coronavirus pandemic. Many of us have lived those hardships, but as in all recessions, some businesses thrive and grow. Here are 4 businesses and industries that are thriving in times of pandemic. The video conference service Zoom, the home fitness company Peloton, Shopify, the platform for online businesses, and Domino's Pizza. They need no introduction. Let's talk about each one of these. Start with Zoom, which has, I'm sorry, I can't help it, zoomed to the head of the pack among video conferencing technologies. The company has posted astounding growth. In the quarter ending in July 2020, it achieved revenue growth of 355% over the same period a year before. Zoom is popular among large businesses, small businesses, and freelancers. It has supplanted Skype as the video conference tool of choice for many people. The surprising thing is how many individuals are using Zoom in their personal lives for everything from church services to music lessons to family reunions. Zoom uses a freemium business model. Under this model, the majority of users can take advantage of a free version, while some users will upgrade to a higher paid tier. It's a model I know very well. A freemium model allows for widespread adoption by people who are looking to try it out, and it means there's always a built-in base of potential customers. This means people can get used to it and use it as participants and later subscribe themselves after they get comfortable using it. Honorable mention here goes to Microsoft, which introduced its new collaboration software, Teams, last year, just in time for COVID. In fact, I started using Microsoft Teams at work just about 2 months before the quarantines started. Most enterprises have been happy with the upgrade over Microsoft's previous video conferencing tool. If Zoom follows the freemium model, then this next company does the opposite. It makes you pay a lot of money up front and then still charges you a monthly fee. Which one is it? That would be Peloton, the maker of super premium home exercise equipment. It's supposed to recreate the experience of a group cycling class, but at home. The premium bikes start at $1,895, and that's after a price cut. And the company offers home treadmills that cost over $4,000. Each piece of equipment comes with a large HD video screen and, with a monthly membership, includes a variety of instructor-led live and recorded classes that also include yoga, flexibility, and some strength training. Peloton's sales are up 66% over the previous year, though they have had some trouble keeping up with the demand for their bikes. Millions of people have been kicked out of their gyms, and they went looking for home alternatives. A large portion of those will never go back to the gym. Many other companies are also meeting the demand for home workout equipment and classes. The Mirror is a full-length mirror and screen to lead you in a full-body workout. Established players like Nordic Track and Bowflex are also refreshing their equipment lineups. A slew of apps are doing what group classes once did in a fitness studio. A lot of small businesses found themselves without a web presence when COVID hit. That's where Shopify came to the rescue. Shopify might be the biggest online company you've never heard of. Shopify is an e-commerce platform that lets small businesses quickly and easily get online and start selling. A store picks a website theme, uploads photos of inventory, sets prices, and can be selling online in a matter of days. The store owner manages the inventory and shipping, while Shopify handles collecting orders and payments. It has been the savior for small bookstores, gift shops, clothing boutiques, and other small merchants that found themselves without any way to sell during the lockdown. Shopify, based in Ottawa, Canada, has given those stores a way to stay open and compete with retail giants like Walmart and Target, which have a strong online presence. Shopify's value tripled between March and August. Etsy, a similar company for micro businesses, has also benefited from the pandemic, as has Square, a payments processor. Now, if there's one word more than any other that defines business during the lockdown, that word might be delivery. And if there's one industry that really knows delivery, it's pizza restaurants. Domino's in particular had invested heavily in the technology and the processes to handle a large amount of customer deliveries, and they have been richly rewarded. Where most restaurants lost sales, some dramatically, Domino's saw its sales increase by 16%. And that's because they have invested heavily in technology that makes it easy for their customers to order a pizza. Here, and this is incredible. Here is a list of the ways you can order a Domino's pizza: desktop computer, mobile browser, iPhone and Android apps, smart televisions, smart watches, Twitter, text a pizza emoji? Seriously? Amazon Echo and Google Home, Slack, and Facebook Messenger. For the ultimate in online ordering convenience, you can set the app so that it orders a pizza 10 seconds after you launch the app without having to tap or click anywhere. All this was developed pre-COVID, giving Domino's a head start on its competition. How's this for good luck? A year ago, Domino's was experimenting with a way to let customers order a pizza and pick it up without having to come into the store. Here's how it works. You place your order at home, drive to the restaurant, stay in your car, check in on an app, and a restaurant employee puts the pizza in the trunk. Domino's was the pioneer of curbside pickup. Now everyone's doing it, including McDonald's. I think some of the new trends during the pandemic won't stick. People will return to the office. Many people will return to gyms. But some of these trends will become permanent. Home fitness for sure, but also ordering food for contactless delivery. That's about health, but it's also really convenient. It'll be interesting to see how these companies continue to do as the pandemic eases. All right, today's expression is to come to the rescue. When you come to the rescue, you save someone from a bad situation. Do you remember which of our 5 companies, actually 4 companies, which of our 4 companies came to the rescue for small businesses everywhere? That would be Shopify. I run an online business, and I know that it's not easy to get an e-commerce site up and running. So imagine you have a comic book store or a bike store or a clothing boutique. You might or might not even have a website. Now the pandemic hits. You have customers who would shop online, but you don't have an e-commerce site. Surprisingly, there are not a lot of companies that can get a brick and mortar business online quickly, but there is one good one, Shopify. Shopify is an easy, fast, and affordable way for small businesses to start selling online. They came to the rescue of thousands of small businesses that needed an online store quickly. They saved those small businesses from a bad situation. They came to the rescue. Here's another example. If you need to go out at night unexpectedly, you might need someone to watch your young kids. Something came up, a family emergency, a work emergency, and you can't be at home. A friendly neighbor might come to the rescue and offer to watch your kids. I discovered I made a mistake in the audio of a previous lesson, and I decided I needed to remove a full paragraph from the audio and the transcript. I had already recorded the audio, JR had already edited it and uploaded it to the media host. I had left for vacation, and I was in a tiny town without good internet. Guess what? JR came to the rescue. I told him the paragraph I needed removed. He removed it and replaced the files. JR came to the rescue. He saved me from a bad situation. I have a couch at home that's pretty old. Vintage. It's vintage. And the cushions are worn, but it's otherwise in good shape. When you sit down, you just kind of sink way down. And I wanted to replace the filling of the cushions. I know a local store that can do that, but because of the design of the couch, the local store could only replace the seat cushions. They could not replace the back cushions that you lean back on. It's a long story. So I called the manufacturer of the couch and asked if I could buy replacement cushions. Now, unfortunately, they stopped making this model many years ago, but the employee there came to the rescue. She knew that they still had some extra back cushions left over just for this purpose, and she arranged for me to buy them and pick them up at a local store near Chicago. She really came to my rescue because I like this couch and it's otherwise in good shape. I just didn't like the way the cushions were worn out. By replacing the cushions, I can still use this couch, hopefully, for a long time in the future. Now, this example illustrates that come to the rescue doesn't always have to be a serious situation. I was never in grave danger here. But that employee at the furniture warehouse still did come to my rescue. She still did save me from a bad situation. Today's song of the week is Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. It's one of their most popular songs. The lead singer of Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, wrote that song as she was in the process of breaking up with another band member. One of the early lines is, "You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down?" Ironically, the other band member also wrote a song about their breakup. That one was called Go Your Own Way. Luckily for us, the band stayed together and continued to produce good music. Fleetwood Mac is one of my favorite bands from the 70s, and Dreams by Fleetwood Mac is JR's Song of the Week. And remember that members of all levels, including free members, can play the Song of the Week directly from their dashboards at plainenglish.com. That's all for today. Congratulations for making it to the end of another Plain English lesson. We'll be back, as always, on Monday as we continue to creep toward number 300. How about that? Great news if you speak one of these 9 languages. Ready? Polish, Turkish, Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, Japanese, Chinese, and German. The Plain English transcripts are available with translations into your language. If you haven't seen them yet, then check them out at plainenglish.com/sample, SAMPLE, and you can see a sample lesson with those highlights. And the great news is the translations, the highlights are part of our starter membership, which is just $7 per month, or, and this is a great deal, $49 per year. A full year of translated lessons for just $49, and that includes our full history of translations too. So remember, you can see that sample lesson at plainenglish.com/sample, and you can sign up as either a Plus member or a starter member. And a starter membership is just $7 a month. So check that out, plainenglish.com/sample, and we'll see you back here on Monday.